Hello guys, we are group 14. Today we are presenting our quiet student less intelligent than active student. So our team consists of Hayden, Tristan, Peter Ng, Damian, John Victor, San Min Hao, and myself, Alexander Christian Burnett. So for introduction of our topic here, classroom often measures student success through active participation, where speaking up is seen as key indicator of performance. Students who frequently ask questions and join discussion are usually viewed as the best learner. In contrast, quiet students who prefer to think and observe are often seen as case study examines the link between personality and intelligence, questioning the idea that being outgoing means being smarter. Modern education Using modern educational and neuroscience theory, it argues that communication style does not reflect true intelligence. For our problem statements, even though intelligence has many forms, students who talk more are often seen as smarter. Speaking confidently is used as a sign of ability, making it harder for quiet students who think deeply but speak less. This can lead to unfair judgment, where quiet students are seen as less capable and lose confidence. Therefore, active learning should be redefined so quieter students are not overlooked. As for our objective, we established four, which is to examine the relationship between classroom participation and intelligence. Secondly, is to evaluate the misconception about quiet students. Thirdly, is to analyze the role of personality traits in learning behavior. Lastly, is to highlight the different form of intelligence and learning style.
Okay, now I will be talking about case description. Firstly, we found a case study that was conducted in 2023, and it is about the relationship between personality type and academic achievement among students. Okay, this is what we found. As you can see, the source is below there or above there, the title, which is International Journal of Academic Research in Progressive Education and Development, and this was in 2023. And as you can see, it is circled in red, which is the mean, and table 5 shows extroverted personality, and the mean is 4.162. And for table 6, which is the introverted personality, the mean is 4.153. And as you can see, the difference, it's not that far. So this actually proves that personality doesn't really matter in academic achievement. Okay, next, we also found another case study, and this case study was conducted in the year 2024, and it is about the difference between speaking achievement of extroverted and introverted students' personalities. Okay, so this is what we found from the case study. We took both of these tables directly from the source, which is listed down there, and the first table shows the speaking achievement of extroverted student personality, and the second one shows for introverted student personality. So the mean score for extroverted students is 81.60, and the mean score for introverted student is 81.45. And the difference is not that far; it's only 0.15. So this proves that personality doesn't really matter in speaking achievement. So this is what we found.
Now I'm going to present about analysis and discussion. So based on the case description, extrovert students have a mean speaking score of 81.6, while introvert students have a very similar score of 81.45. Both fall in the good category. This shows that both quiet and active students perform at nearly the same level. In addition, the correlation between personality and academic achievement is very weak and not significant, meaning personality type does not strongly affect academic performance. So, what do we learn here is that participation and intelligence are not the same thing. A student who withholds their voice is not withholding their understanding. Thinking carefully before speaking is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of depth. Intelligence is not measured by how often you raise your hand. It is measured by how well you understand, reason, and apply what you know. Being quiet is a temperament, not a deficiency. Introverted students may stay silent because of anxiety, cultural background, or simply a preference for listening over speaking, none of which has anything to do with how capable they are. The real problem is that most classrooms are designed to reward visible intelligence, speaking up, responding fast, performing confidence. This system advantages extroverts and penalizes quiet students, not because they know less, but because they show it differently. Quiet is not empty, silence is not ignorance, and a student who listens carefully, thinks deeply, and speaks only when they are ready is not intellectually inferior. They are just different, and different is not lesser.
So hello everyone. So today I'm going to talk about alternative solution options and recommended solutions. So aside from the discussion that we learned just now, teachers can also use the following methods, which is using different ways to encourage participation of the students in the classroom. Teachers can use balanced assessment methods. Teachers can also create a more inclusive classroom, and teachers should also try to understand and support the quiet students. So first of all, using different ways to encourage participation. So one of the greatest examples are assigning written reflections after class, or dividing the class into small groups to discuss some questions that maybe the teacher can assign, or makes use of our technology right now, like phones, tablets, maybe use some Google Meets or something similar. And because using these methods can allow students to show their real understanding of the lessons, so that the students' participation rate in the class can increase and create a better study environment. So second of all, it's an approved and balanced student assessment method. So teacher can try to focus more on written work of assignments, or maybe PBL, or in long problem-based learning reports, students' critical thinking when facing complex questions, and also the students' independent learning abilities. So instead of relying solely on social skills of the students, the teachers can also judge the students' overall abilities by looking at all of the aspects aside from socially. Third of all, teachers can also create a comfy or fun and inclusive classroom. So teachers can also not just assign tasks, but teachers can also prepare some fun activities like a pop quiz with rewards, or engage with the students more during lab time, or also demonstrate some abstract concepts like physics using some specific models. So with these kind of activities, teachers are able to reduce the participation anxiety, which is a very common factor of kind students. So this will encourage them to engage more and increase their self-esteem. So last but not least is to think from the quiet students' perspective and support them. So silence from the quiet students may stem from social anxiety, uncomfortable class environment, or possibly any social issues. These students are usually quite introverts, and their fear of negative judgment by other people, especially by their peers. So to solve this, teachers should try to support them in a different way, like providing opportunities for them to present themselves in a good way, and give oral support to these kind of students, because they really need it a lot. They just need a slight push on the back to show them. So in conclusion, the idea that quiet students are less intelligent than average active students is definitely not inaccurate. It's because intelligence is not just shown by speaking in class. It is also shown by in terms of overall abilities. Just like Albert Einstein, he is quite a quiet student. He often days off in class, but he proved himself to be one of the best people, the smartest people on earth. So quiet students can understand and think deeply, even if they do not talk much. So judging students by only their participation is very unfair. So teachers should allow different ways for students to show their understanding in every concept in every studies, so that everyone has a fair chance to succeed. That's all from me, from us. Thank you.